With barely any sunlight left, Casey decided to let Cooper off his leash and let him run ahead of her on the trail. The air was warm and balmy. It was a perfect evening for a stroll, a great way to wind down after a day that had thrown her off balance. "Oh, Jack," she said to no one. "Why did you have to look at me like that?" Cooper, hearing her mumbling, came running back to her side. Casey smiled and bent down to pet him. "It's all right, boy. I'm just talking to myself." Hearing the reassurance in her voice, Cooper ran ahead again, and Casey stood and started to follow him down the familiar path. They walked this portion of the trail almost every evening, and it was almost always deserted, which is why the sudden low warning grumble coming from Cooper stopped Casey short. Squinting in the dimming light, she could tell from Cooper's posture that something was very, very wrong. Grabbing her phone and turning it to flashlight mode, she slowly made her way toward the dog. Scanning the area where he was looking, she noticed what appeared to be a couple laying on a blanket. But when Cooper's low growl turned into a loud bark, Casey was surprised that there was no movement or response at all. Taking Cooper by the collar, she slowly advanced toward the blanket, her heart pounding with a strange combination of fear and concern. As she took another step closer, the light from her phone reflected off a pair of eyes staring straight at her, and Casey screamed. Grunting and sweating with the effort, Sarah finally managed to drag Jet, who was still tied to the chair, past the kitchen and down the long hallway to the garage. Luckily, it hadn't been as hard as dragging his limp body inside after she had tased him. When his chair had fallen, he had landed on a small area rug near the patio doors. That had given Sarah the idea of dragging the rug with him. It would be a lot easier than dragging the chair across the floor. She had been partly right, and hadn't had to expend as much energy as she had originally been fearing. Her next obstacle was going to be getting him into the car. Of course, she was prepared to do anything to make that happen. She would tase him again if she had to, but it would be so much easier on both of them if he just got into the car on his own. "My love, I need you to get into the car. I can tase you again and drag you in, but that will be hard on both of us." Jack didn't respond. He couldn't. His entire body was shaking with rage and fear. Rage for what she may have done to Laura and Ellie. Fear for what she was going to do to him. One thing was certain. He would fight with every ounce of strength to stay out of that car. If she untied him, he was certain he could overpower her.